And we're now getting some more breaking news. World's most powerful storm in Caribbean, monster storm Melissa stalks Jamaica. Scary category 5 hurricane to strike. Never before, 260 km/h wind speed. Devastating landfall underway in Jamaica. Cuba, Bahamas reeling under Melissa impact. More powerful than superstorm Gilbert. Catastrophic rains featured in Jamaica. Multiple deaths in Haiti and Dominican Republic. Shelter now warning for the residents over there. In fact, landslides, flooding and more deaths loom. So, superstorm is all set to hit Jamaica, and on one hand there's a Cyclone Montha that is all set to hit the Andhra Pradesh coast, but the world's most powerful storm will be in Caribbean. Monster storm Melissa will be stalking Jamaica. Scary category 5 hurricane to strike Jamaica. Now, 260 km/h wind speed due to this hurricane. Devastating landfall is underway in Jamaica. These are the visuals of Jamaica, where the landfall is underway of monster storm Melissa. Cuba, Bahamas are reeling under the Melissa impact, and this Melissa is even powerful than the superstorm Gilbert. Catastrophic rains featured in Jamaica. These are the visuals over there. High tides, gusty winds. In fact, it is 260 km/h wind speed is what Jamaica is witnessing, where the landfall of Melissa is already underway. In fact, there have been multiple deaths in Haiti and Dominican Republic, and a shelter now warning has been issued for the residents. So landslides, flooding, high tides, high-speed winds is what Jamaica is witnessing. We are showing you the visuals of the Caribbean Sea, where the landfall of the superstorm Melissa is underway. This is the world's most powerful storm which the Caribbean Sea is witnessing, and it's a monster storm that is stalking Jamaica. It's a scary category 5 hurricane, and never before 260 km/h wind speed. If we compare it to Cyclone Montha, the highest wind speed will be around 110 km. But if we talk about monster storm Melissa, the highest wind speed is about 260 km/h. So devastating landfall is underway in Jamaica. Cuba, Bahamas are already reeling under the Melissa impact. Now, it is also pertinent to note that this storm Melissa is even more powerful than superstorm Gilbert. So rains featured in Jamaica, where the landfall is underway of superstorm Melissa. So on one hand, Cyclone Montha is all set to strike the Andhra coast. It is going to hit Machilipatnam. The wind speeds are going to be around 110 km/h. But if we talk about this superstorm Melissa, it's the world's most powerful storm in Caribbean, and the highest wind speed is going to be around 260 km/h. My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is now joining us with more details on this superstorm Melissa. Ashutosh, over to you.
Well, Anjali, to define this Melissa and the intensity of it, what possible, the US Hurricane Center has predicted is extremely scary. Around 260 km/h, and that's what the prediction about this intensity of this, the hurricane is. Last, it was Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, eventually costed that Caribbean nation $5 million of the loss. And that's a massive warning that has been issued. The US Hurricane Center has issued, and that's the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm that was recorded by US Air Force. Several of these pictures have been taken. So that's exactly explained the furious cyclonic movement that is heading towards Jamaica. And as we speak, the landfall of this Melissa has already started in Jamaica. And not only Jamaica, it is going to impact Haiti. It is going to impact many other Caribbean nations like Cuba and Bahamas. Around 3 people have been died so far. And in fact, the rain warning that has been issued, that goes in a severe zone. Imagine if a metro cities like Delhi, Mumbai witnesses 4 to 5 inches of rain, that literally floods the city. The intensity of the rain that this Melissa will cause is around 20 inches, and that's what the prediction has come. So clearly, that's the eye of the cyclonic movement that we are seeing, which is heading towards the Caribbean nations, including Jamaica, including Haiti, Cuba, and all these images that we are capturing initially. So as the landfall begins from the coastal line to moving towards further city, the evacuations order where should preparatory measures have been issued. All the embassies have been put their citizens on on alert. So despite all this, they are looking at the topographical factor of Jamaica and all these other Caribbean nations. The loss and damage could be potentially way too high when you have the wind speed of gusting up to 265 kilometer per hour. Now remember, we have seen the Biparjoy cyclone in India where the maximum speed was 95 to 100 kilometer. Even the another cyclone that is approaching at the east coast in Andhra. Look at these are the images coming. So that's one of the such resort. We access these videos from the open source intelligence. The intensity, the wave of the ocean that is causing up to 6 feet, and that's the initial landfall style, literally washing away everything coming on the route. So clearly, as we see on the east coast, when you have the wind speed up to 100 kilometer, clearly that causes devastation. And we have seen this devastation in 2002. Jamaica witnesses the hurricane law. In 1988, it was Hurricane Gilbert. And when you see the losses in millions, this time it is one of the most potential. And Jamaica, remember, the Caribbean nation, almost every year they face these kind of cyclonic activities, the hurricane activities. But this going to be one of the most powerful, most potential. Look at this eye, the size of this eye that the US Air Force monitor craft, when it was passing through, the kind of images it has captured. Now that's the slow formation, and once the eye moves further towards the Jamaican and other coastal of the Caribbean nations, clearly one can anticipate the possible damage, the devastation it is going to bring in the Caribbean nation, not only in Jamaica, but also in Haiti, in Cuba, and in Bahamas. Now, not only Jamaica, Bahamas remains one of the also worst vulnerable. So the US Warning Center, the Caribbean Warning Center, they have all have issued a high alert for the possible damage, possible loss of lives. This looks like way more potential than what it was with the Hurricane Gilbert in 1988.
All right, Ashutosh, thank you for getting us those details. The world's most powerful storm is making its landfall in Jamaica. The devastation is going to be, great devastation is going to occur because of the visuals that we saw. High tides is what the Caribbean Sea is witnessing due to this Category 5 storm, which is also the world's most powerful storm.